Review of median for ungrouped data. Welcome, everyone. Today, we are going to begin a review of the median for ungrouped data. To start off, let's look at what the median actually represents. In the field of statistics, the median is a specific type of measure of central tendency. Its primary job is to identify the middlemost value within a given data set. Now, you might be wondering how this differs from the mean, which you are likely already familiar with. While the mean provides an average by summing up all the values and dividing by the total count, the median works differently. It focuses on splitting your data into two equal halves. This distinction is very important. Because the median focuses on position rather than the sum of values, it is particularly useful when your data contains extreme values, which we call outliers. These are values that are much higher or much lower than the rest of the group, and they have the power to distort the mean, but they won't pull the median away from the center. As we move through the next few slides, we will look at the specific steps you need to take to calculate this accurately. The fundamental requirement, data ordering. Now that we understand what the median represents, that middlemost point of our data, we need to talk about the most important rule you must follow before you even touch a formula. On this slide, you'll see that before calculating the median, it is absolutely mandatory to arrange your raw data in a specific order. You cannot simply take a random list of numbers and start looking for the middle. The data must be sorted, either in ascending order, which means from the smallest value to the largest, or in descending order, which means from the largest to the smallest. It is vital to remember that if the data is not sorted, the value you find will not be the true median. This is because, as we are about to see in the next few slides, the median depends entirely on the specific position of the observations in the sequence. If the positions are scrambled, the middle value becomes meaningless. Calculating the median. Now that we understand what the median is and why it is so important to sort our data first, we need to look at how we actually calculate it. You'll find that the procedure isn't always the same. The method for finding the median depends entirely on whether the total number of observations, which we denote by the letter n, is an odd number or an even number. In the next two slides, we are going to break this down into two specific cases so you can see exactly how to handle each one. Case 1, when n$ is odd. Case 1, when the total number of observations, which we call n, is an odd number. In this situation, finding the median is quite straightforward because there is exactly a middle value that splits the data perfectly. To find this value, we use a specific formula to locate the position of the median, which is the quantity n plus 1, all divided by 2, and then we look for the observation at that resulting position. To make sure you get this right every time, let's follow a simple step-by-step process. First, always arrange your data in ascending order from smallest to largest. Second, count how many observations you have in total. This is your n. Third, apply our formula. The median equals the quantity n plus 1 divided by 2 and identify which position that refers to. Let's look at a real-world example to see this in action. Imagine we have recorded the heights in centimeters of 5 students in a classroom. The raw data we collected is 150, 162, 145, 158, and 155. Following our steps. Step 1, we must arrange these heights in ascending order. So, our sorted list becomes 145, 150, 155, 158, and 162. Step 2, we identify n. Here, n equals 5, which is an odd number. Step 3, we apply our formula. We take n plus 1, which is 5 plus 1, giving us 6. Then, we divide 6 by 2, which equals 3. This tells us that the median is the third observation in our sorted list. Finally, step 4, we locate that value. Looking back at our sorted list, the third value is 155. Therefore, the median height for this group is 155 centimeters. Now that we understand the importance of sorting our data from the previous slide, let's dive into our first specific scenario. This was a simple case because n was odd. But what happens when we have an even number of students? Let's move on to the next slide to explore case 2. Case 2, when n dollar is even. Now, we have just looked at what happens when we have an odd number of data points, where finding the middle is quite straightforward. But what happens when the number of observations is even? In this second case, we run into a slight challenge. There is no single, solitary middle value. Instead, the center of the data is actually split between two middle observations. To find the median here, we don't just pick one. We calculate the arithmetic mean, or the average, of these two middle values. To make sure you get this right every time, let's follow a consistent step-by-step process. First, just like we discussed in the previous slides, you must arrange your data in ascending order. Second, count your total number of observations, which we call n. Third, you need to identify the two specific middle positions. These are the position n divided by 2 and the position n divided by 2 plus 1. Finally, once you've located those two values, simply calculate their average. Let's look at a real-world example to see this in action. Imagine we have recorded the marks of 6 students in a mathematics quiz, and the raw scores are 85, 90, 78, 92, 88, and 80. Step 1, we arrange them in ascending order, giving us 78, 80, 85, 88, 90, and 92. Step 2, we identify n. Here, n equals 6, which is an even number. Step 3, now let's find those two middle positions. For the first position, we take 6 divided by 2, which gives us the third observation. For the second position, we take 6 divided by 2 plus 1, which gives us the fourth observation. Step 4, looking at our sorted list, the third observation is 85, and the fourth observation is 88. Step 5, finally, we calculate the average. We add 85 and 88 to get 173, and then divide by 2. This gives us 86.5. So the median mark for this quiz is 86.5. It is a bit more work than the odd case, but as long as you follow these steps, you'll avoid the common mistakes we are about to discuss in the next slide. Common mistakes to avoid. First, the most frequent mistake I see is forgetting to sort the data. It is tempting to jump straight into the formula using the raw numbers as they appear in the question, but as we discussed in our second slide, the median depends entirely on position. If you don't arrange your numbers in ascending or descending order first, your result will be incorrect. Always sort your data before you do anything else. Second, please be careful not to confuse the position with the actual value. This is a subtle but important distinction. When you use a formula like n plus 1, all divided by 2, to find the position, that result tells you where to look in your sorted list. For example, it might tell you to look at the third observation. It does not tell you that the answer is 3. You must go back to your ordered list and identify the specific value sitting in that position. Finally, when you are dealing with an even number of observations, do not simply pick one of the two middle numbers and stop there. As we saw in our quiz marks example, when the number of observations is even, you have two middle candidates. You must find the arithmetic mean of those two values by adding them together and dividing by 2. Simply picking one of the values is an incomplete calculation. Now that we have walked through the specific procedures for both odd and even data sets, I want to pause and discuss some common pitfalls. Even if you understand the formulas, it is very easy to make a small error that leads to the wrong answer. Keep these points in mind, and you will be well prepared for our final summary of the key takeaways. Key takeaways. First, remember that the median is simply the middlemost value of a sorted data set. It is that central point that splits your data into two equal halves. However, there is one crucial prerequisite you must never forget. Your data must be in ascending or descending order. As we discussed earlier, if you skip the sorting step, your calculation will be incorrect. Next, let's review our two specific cases. When the total number of observations, which we call n, is an odd number, the median is found at the position of n plus 1, all divided by 2, which gives us the specific term in the sequence. On the other hand, when n is an even number, there isn't a single middle value. In this case, you must find the average of the position n divided by 2 and the position n divided by 2 plus 1. All right, we have reached the end of our review. Let's quickly recap the key takeaways to ensure you have a solid grasp of the concept before we move on to our practice problems. Keep these rules in mind, and you'll be able to find the median accurately every single time. Let's get started with the exercises.